Fight for your higher education! Denver. And what we're trying to do here as an agrarian community that's involving both Metro and CCD is trying to get the word out that higher education spending is being cut, and that is unnecessary and is only detrimental to the state of Colorado. So what we're trying to do is get as much information as possible, disseminate it out to as many people as possible, so that we can relay the message to students, we can get people involved, and we can really make a movement out of this, because cutting higher education spending is only going to create a lower educated population within the state of Colorado, and again, if we have that, then there's no hope.
As a state, say if we want to grow economically, we need a competitive workforce. And to get a competitive workforce, we need to get our young people through college. And we say that at the same time, frankly, that we're cutting funding for higher education. Now, I'm part of an administration that is part of that budget cut. But I've also been president, both of a community college here in Colorado and of a university here in Colorado. And both those institutions were institutions that served primarily working class, middle class, first generation students. Students who really were going to benefit from an education, and students who we told we needed them, we said, to get an education. And at the same time we say that, we make it more expensive for them to get an education. We know that as we cut funding, state funding for higher ed, that institutions have to raise tuition. And we know that as they raise tuition, they limit access. Now is not the time to limit access to institutions of higher education for working class people in Colorado.
I spent 2 years as the student voice in this building talking to people who had not been in a college classroom in 10 plus years, talking to people who had not been in a K-12 classroom in 20 plus years, people who didn't see firsthand the impact of large, massive budget cuts, people who did not see the impact of doubled tuition over the last 10 years. Tuition has doubled in the last 10 years, so don't let that 9% number throw you off, because that's a massive increase. This morning, CU voted to raise their tuition by 9%, and I want to thank Monisha Merchant and the others who voted against that, because that kind of a tuition increase piled upon previous 9% and previous 9% increases adds up to a significant amount of money, and that has got to stop if we are going to keep affordable education here in Colorado. It has to.